Which, I mean, that ain't bad in the big scheme of things.
Yeah, 3, 4 a.m., something like that.
All right. What's up, everybody? We are live. We got the one and only reigning champ, Chance Shaw. He joins us, graces us with his presence. And Dylan Cobb himself going up against none other than Jonathan Vasquez out of the SoCal Classic. What's up, fellas?
What is going on?
Did Chance, question, did you get a chance to rewatch the little Cali show we got to be on?
I didn't. I haven't seen it yet.
Man, I think it was our best one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
it was
like 15 people on there, it looked like.
it was a party. It was
Yeah.
a party. If you ever seen the one chat, Artem had a chat a long time ago. It was like a Zoom call with like 20 people on it. At some point during it, Todd Zilla pulls out a gun and all drunk and starts pointing it at the camera, and like 20 people go get guns, and everybody's like flashing guns like some cartel members. To the point where Artem had to just pull the video down. He's like, I
Yeah.
can't put this one out. But that's the only live stream that I've been on that was funner than that one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. It was cool. The kid, Kane Fontecho, I don't even think he's going to make it to our event because he committed to something after Trent pulled out. But
Yeah.
he's pushing it hardcore, and he's like real dialed in with some of the the real hardcore fan base of California. He had like a ladies show the night before we were on, so all the ladies were talking about what they were looking for, and then he had us on to talk about the free ladies class and some of that type of stuff. So I thought it was dope.
That Alan Fisher posted about it today. Seems
Wasn't
like
that
he's excited to be there?
What a blessing. I felt like you had cash apped him like $40 or something when I seen that.
Yeah.
I was in the midst of talking to you, and then I see Alan Fisher post that, and I was like, okay.
I don't know if Alan Fisher knows about Cash App.
Oh, he does. He sells them juice plus.
I had to send him coins through a Dove. It dropped it off at his house.
I believe it. Yeah, so I'm gonna go off, and I just want to say a couple of these ideas that we can kind of recap on during the week and different shows that Josh Miller was talking about. He shot me about 20 good ideas for the show and just different things to cover. I think the more people's name we can shout out, everybody that tunes in loves to hear their name and stuff. So
Of course.
he was talking about something real fun we could do is start setting a bounty on pullers. One particular puller, let's say who's on fire right now? Artem.
Grundy.
Artem would be hard as hell to beat, or Brad Grundy.
Yeah.
Right. You put a bounty on these two guys, you put the wanted poster out, whoever beats him collects on it. That's a very fun thing. I think actually something like that could be fun to do in California. And of course, if no one beats him, right, you take your own bounty home.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty cool idea. He was saying another idea was we should just have a puller of the month. This is a great idea. My daughter won student of the month last week, and it's like she just hit the lotto.
Yeah.
So I think it would be the same guy if you get a guy that's kind of fresh in, or somebody that doesn't get as much clout as they should, a puller of the month. And like the one of the first events, maybe our puller of the month would have been Bob Sawick, right? Or something for these crazy battles and this and that. But what's up, John Hutchison? No longer known as Garage Grinders Arm Wrestling.
Finally come out of that, huh?
He has started his I took him to the Chance Shaw School of Self-Promotion.
Yeah, I'm growing up.
Cool.
I told him, you got to change the name, kid.
This is the third name you're going by, huh?
Hey, it could be the 10th one sooner or later, but for now, yeah, that's it.
If that was my name, I would just change it to John Zilla. They're going to call you John Hutchings or Hutchinson no matter what. So Zilla's a lot cooler last name. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, it is.
I made a trip down to their practice last Sunday, man. They got a great group of guys, except 100% of their guys are 176 pounds.
Yeah.
Every single guy is 176 pounds. So
Yeah.
it was a great practice, but they're all like razor close to each other, and they just pull for 6 hours. Dylan, you've been to Matt King's practice, right?
Yeah.
It's like at 50% for an hour and 20 minutes. They go at you were there the other day. They go 80 per. How often do you practice with them? Often?
No, that's the first time I've ever been there.
Bro, they went 80% for 6 hours.
I didn't leave the table. I didn't leave
Yeah.
the table for 2 hours.
I had 2 arm aches that put me out where I had to have ice packs on me 2 different occasions.
I heard
And
you
it's
faked the
still on.
left arm injury just to look good.
It was a right arm injury somehow.
Okay.
I don't even have nerves in my right arm, I feel like, and they were flared up.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was a great practice. They got a great squad. When you go there, bro, it's like 100% FAL supporters too.
Yeah.
These are like the heartbeat of the dudes, you know. Istvan Tar, him. I heard Ford comes out there. We had George out there. And
I still
actually,
haven't seen George at an event. I'm excited to see how he's doing.
well,
Everyone tells me it's strong
I just
right now.
got to feel him. You probably didn't catch. There was a little live stream that I think Istvan made, and I was just taking, you know, trying to go through everybody left. And George, I mean, he was like a brick wall.
Yeah.
So I was able to squeeze a little something out of him, but he left-handed. I mean, they're pulling right-handed, but left-handed, he is a freight train. At 176, if he did travel, he would definitely make some shockwaves.
I'm excited to see how he does with Brian Ferrier.
Is that his name, LaFerrier? Or
I don't know how to say his last name.
Okay, you're like Craig at this point.
I don't know. I'm not that bad.
Brandon Morrison. Craig's the type of guy to not only fuck your name up, but he adds 2 more syllables to it. Like
Craig called me Chase until about 3 weeks ago. So
I believe that. I believe it. Couple good ideas. Best corner man. This is something that's never talked about in arm wrestling. I was very particular in wanting somebody that was good to corner me when I pulled Miles. All right. I couldn't afford another loss. So I brought Chance in. Chance's style of cornering is like razor sharp. He's keeping you focused on what your move is. Match 1, 2. Okay, we're going to go to this. That didn't work. Hit him with the flop, you know, and just going through the whole system. But you might have a dude that just smacks you. Like someone was saying, Bob Sawick was smacking David Rutherford in the head or in the chest or some shit. So like, that's a different, if he would have slapped me, it would have fucked my whole game plan up. Right. So there's different styles of corner man. And I think people underestimate that. For a super match, you know, someone's got to rub your arm and get the blood out of it. And, you know, you often don't even give your boy a thank you, but I know that I can coach Craig to crush 80% more people when I'm there and got him in between matches, keeping him focused than when he's in another state alone.
100%.
So, yeah. And I'm the same way. I went out to Arkansas. You know, Cody Dollar's got 3 cornermen that they're working him, icing his arm down and shit. And I'm out here just looking around lost, kind of looking at my watch between matches, you know, and just.
If I was there, that match would have gone differently.
Yeah, no, I will say that. Yes. 100%.
You needed someone in your corner.
Yeah, you know, I didn't think I was that weak.
Yeah.
Sometimes you overestimate yourself and you think that like you're going to be comfortable, right? You're like, I can take on the world. That little plane ride and a couple little delays, it fucked my whole game plan up. I was like a shadow of myself. So yeah, if I'd had the whole
method of like 12 starts per round.
I know. I've rewatched it. If I had the FAL hit squad out there, we would have crushed all of Arkansas. Another one we talk about, he was just, you know, these are some good attributes. Y'all talk about who's got a great top roll, who's got a great hook, but who's got the best setup. You know, we do know that a lot of the setup crushes people. Artem, Chance could be a great example. Right now, Brad Grundy. You know, if you can't activate and really get in their setup and stop the post and the riser that a lot of people are doing, and if you can't get the referee to stop it, if you need that, then you're just fucked. You know, that's about 90% of matches that people lose. They're usually just out set up.
I feel like you got to mention Worley, right? Like
he's the king.
Worley is known for his setup. Everyone tries to learn his setup.
I want to do a whole episode, maybe next week, because about just the legend of Daniel Worley. I'm gonna go through and screen share old videos. People don't even know how raw Daniel Worley was whooping Don Underwood, bunch of bad dudes in the day. And it's a shame because I always talk about these old guys that don't get any clout, but we don't talk about the fat guys that don't get any clout, like Daniel Worley. So he at 185, this guy was world tier left-handed arm wrestler. World tier. If he was still in his same mode he would have been, he would be back at East versus West right now, left-handed.
100%, I agree.
It just didn't have as much interest, and he wasn't being overlooked. It's just at that time, 10 years ago, right hand arm wrestling paid more. Everything was right hand only, so being a left-handed freak didn't get it just didn't get you much clout, and if Worley could crush everyone in I watched him line up the top 10 at 205, weighing 185, and whack them all in a row in a round robin like it's nothing, laughing, fucking off the whole time, talking shit with his dad. So he you got to put some respect on Dan's name. And yeah, you're right, I didn't even mention him. So best setup, I think, eternally would be Daniel Worley. To this day, he's the type of guy that would still tell you something a dozen years in, and you're mind blown. Like, what the? I've never thought of that. I don't really analyze arm wrestling from an angular perspective as much as I always get. I think of mindset, and I like the psyched out aspect more. So he's all about whatever, like rotational math and whatever, the geometry of arm wrestling. So I think he calculates angles in his sleep. But yeah, Dan, I like to think I'm one of these people that knows some of the most about setups and stuff. And I mean, I'm still a toddler compared to Worley's knowledge. So yeah, we should have a Worley hour where he just comes on and tells you how fucked up your setup is, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's just Worley reacts to terrible setups. Yeah, he was a couple good ideas down here. We could start doing a club review. I think going to Garage Grinders practice was good. We did a little live from there. It wasn't Robert Kelly quality, but I think visiting once a month a different practice squad and stuff, it's great because there's probably some guys right near you, or near John's team that just found out that team is there. You see a lot of our chat is about who's.
I mean, I'm one of those guys, really. He's only like an hour, 10 minutes. So I could be over there a couple Sundays a month.
Yeah. And I've had 5 people hit me up since then, just out of random, hey, when's practice? Things like that. I'm like, oh, shit. How much do you weigh? 176?
Tell us, Chance. I've got questions. I know a lot of other people do, and you probably got some answers. Tell us about, we know Robert Kelly's capabilities, but is your buddy that's got the venue for the Towie, is he going to be involved in the production?
As far as I'm aware, he's available to help us in anything that we need. But his production is going to be more of the lighting, the audio.
So that's what I'm asking is he going to be adding anything to it? Does he run the production for the building daily, or?
So he's already going to be setting up for, they're having a concert at that venue after our event. So I'm sure if we want him to add some lights or some speakers or whatever, he could set it up. He runs a really legit production company.
Just imagine this sign right here. Okay. We got purple light on John's, real dark, smoke coming up. He comes out for his entrance. You were playing his music. I mean, this is the opening we need for at least the finals, right? This is how I envision our finale, a true full scale production with intro music to the finals.
The capability that my buddy has would put something like Zloty Tur to shame. He's really, really, really legit. All he does is production. Okay. Lights, smoke, lasers, music.
Well, I'll tell you, hey, everything. Don't be scared to get him involved. If he puts Zloty Tur to production, I'm not going to push him out of the way. So
maybe we have to save that for the finals,
Yeah, well, the key is
load too early on.
We can't afford the Zloty Tur production, right?
No, probably not.
Definitely not. We had a long debate at John's house, and maybe some people in the chat could chime in. I don't know how many are in there, but these guys, they live for this Ferris strap. And I want to talk about that Chance, you often say that I can never present a fair point without putting some bias when I say my point, right? Which is usually how you guys like. I didn't design this one, but you might like this trash. This is what you say I'm guilty of. Yeah. Calling it the Ferris strap is the biggest example of that that's ever existed.
Yeah.
When you call something the hustle strap versus the Ferris strap, you have already swayed everybody's opinion. Who doesn't want the Ferris strap? Right? Everybody.
I mean, the thing about it is most arm wrestlers aren't fair. So by that logic, nobody should want the fair strap.
No, well,
Famous words of someone, I can't remember who, they said, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
well, that's true. But to bring this up, I get to their practice and these dudes live and die in the Ferris strap.
Smart men.
They
No.
what? Okay, but
No,
then
No,
they still care about the buckle.
practice. Brandon wants to call me out for a super match after he's been sitting there not doing nothing left-handed for 3 hours.
Well, no.
No,
My left
listen.
arm was real weak in the beginning of practice, so I
Yeah.
took 2 hours and let it
I'm
rest.
pulling away, and then he wants to set the strap on me. He set his webbing an inch high, and then put the strap underneath the whole thing. I'm like, dude, what am I supposed to do?
I thought you were better. You haven't said an honest word since you started talking.
I gotta be honest though, the looping the strap under, if you don't want to call it the fair strap, whatever you want to call it, it does.
Yeah,
make
that
a
no,
difference.
that's called the hustle strap. Looping it through.
Through makes
Through
it,
is called the hustle strap.
yeah, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, so we're gonna switch the names on them and see if that changes public opinion. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, who would like the dog shit strap and who would like the winning strap? Oh, I
Whichever
don't know
one
which
makes
one.
me do better.
I don't know. I was also saying, man, I don't know that I've ever got to the table after somebody.
Yeah.
Like, am I so much of a scumbag that I've cheated and got to the side without the buckle every time for the 12 years?
Yes.
And so are we okay? So have we not talked about how important that is to winning?
You know, I think that it's just one of those things that the new guys need to pick up on.
Yeah,
Because
so
no one taught me
how
that.
much are you
I had to
increasing?
figure that out.
If the match is 50-50, it's razor close, right?
Mhm.
And you simply just pay attention and get to the side of the table you prefer. What is it now?
You know, I don't know what makes that big of a difference because now you have an advantage to the buckle side. The
What do you mean?
advantage to the buckle side is whoever has the buckle gets to decide how tight the strap is.
Is
So-
that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so if you're smart about it, you can
Well,
use that to your advantage.
Actually, Luke clarified that at the ref seminar that is not a
Okay,
rule.
so where do we
It's
draw
not a
the
rule. It's not a rule per the WAF or the IFA. The rule is it just has to be tightened to
an agreeable tightness.
to an
between-
agreeable tightness. But typically, your referee will allow you to deem who gets the tighter versus the looser strap based off who has the buckle.
Sure.
Never Stop Pulling says, what is the point to beat someone by cheating? Well, the point is winning.
Right.
And if you can't beat them, if you can't do a fair strap and beat them by being stronger and better, why even be in the sport? Ah, that's a good point. The problem I have with the fair strap is it was just invented, and people act as if it's like the holy grail of straps. For me, I seen a strap for 10 years that didn't have nothing wrong with it, and it hasn't slowed me down from winning. I just think that I just don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's why aren't we should just start tying it a whole different way. The real way to do the strap is like Devin said, with a buckle on each person's hand that you're cinching, and you have a symmetrical one. So till we get to that, it's all preference. But I don't know who Never Stop Pulling is, but he doesn't know I'm the most cheatingest arm wrestler that ever lived.
No, you
Maybe second. I think Devin cheats way more. When I watch him, I'm just like, God damn, if I look a quarter like that, I'm ashamed of myself.
but Devin is like you. He'll tell you that he's the fairest guy.
Well, I'm extremely fair.
And the next guy is a bigger cheater.
I am extremely fair. I look for one thing in the setup. It's just this. This is all I want. I just want the fingers pointed at me. They can start with their bent wrist, everything. But I also have never won a match that I didn't thoroughly feel like I just cheated that guy out of.
Yeah.
That's all the strap. That's what the strap is. Why do we have the strap? We have the strap so we can pull off a trick, right? That's why I got a rope around my hand. So the real, I think, purity is arm wrestling without the straps. Robert Kelly says if Brandon prefers something, it's because he's cheating. If any arm
I can
wrestler
get behind
asks
that,
you,
though.
would you like the strap? The smartest thing to do is say no. And you should probably say no to anything someone in competition asks you, do you want? But like you said, if you aren't cheating, you aren't trying. I think we should have a little section in the FAL for call outs. This would be a great thing. A lot of people, we don't have as many super matches now that people are really keeping track of the points, but having a little spot where people could headhunt and going for certain guys is the way. I think doing some active prediction videos, they're extremely fun. Artem used to be super famous for this. I mean, he would always walk up, hey, what do you think? 3-1, 2-1.
Artem always used to do
I
that.
remember is Pat Downs and Carl Stanley. This was like a great prediction video. He asked everybody what they thought, and everybody was wrong. So
he asked you and Craig and a couple others what you thought right before I had my super match with Josh Webb. Everyone picked Josh Webb 3-0.
I picked Josh Webb over you.
Yeah, you did.
There was a time in history this existed.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Man, the 2020 fucked everything up or something. There was a glitch in the matrix where suddenly Chance Shaw is the underdog to Josh Webb, and then he's facing John Brzenk.
Yeah.
Just blink and this happens. Okay. That's it. I can't tell you in my memory the difference of those two times. If that happened, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Wow, Jesus Christ. How fucking wrong was I at this point?
I 3-0'd him at the time, but like it's motivation, right? But I'm just saying it makes for like entertaining stories because you get everyone's opinion, and now you look back on it 5 years later, and it's kind of goofy.
Yeah, no, it is absolutely goofy as hell to see some of the matchups, but it just goes to show you how not everything's realistic. That's something too in arm wrestling. A lot of people think, hey, there's 70 guys in Florida that can beat me. I've got 70 guys to beat on the road to the top. No, you actually got about 5. That's it. You leapfrog a lot of guys that you never beat. There's guys that I could crush today that I've never beat in my life. They might have a win on me in the day, and I just either outgrew him or just, got much better. I arm wrestled at a tournament a little while ago, and I seen the guy from my very first tournament in the amateur class, still in the amateur class.
Really? Who?
Yeah, I can't remember. I think his name is Mike Ward or something like that. I'll have to look. And I was, but that's people's path, right? Not everybody wants to pull the hardest matchups, but I will say that the semi-pro class, it really has begun to be just what we were talking about, like a little developmental class.
Yeah.
It probably doubled in entries between the 2 tournaments that we had it in, and I imagine this next one's going to be dope. I was talking with someone the other day. I can't remember who I was talking about coming back arm wrestling, and they were like, that's probably right where I'm at, is a semi-pro type of guy. That's where I've always should have been. And you're right. That's where a lot of dudes should be. And I think it's a place where a lot of guys might be able to settle in. The semi-pro is growing. There's no doubt about it. I just think that by the end of this, by the 10th event, you see that the semi-pro is actually going to be bigger than the amateur. The amateur will be something that guys hop in and kind of wet their feet. And as soon as their feet are wet, they want some tough competition in the semi-pro. So what's up? We got Joel Cagle in here. This guy's a savage. Have you met him?
Have I?
Yeah.
Of course, Joel's my boy. I got him to quit smoking cigarettes.
Oh, wow. You just, hey, he added 10 years to your life. Send him $100 as soon as you can.
It's one of the proudest things I've ever done for someone.
Good. I'm proud of that.
He came up to me and he asked me basically like, he wants to be a better arm wrestler. I said, well, why are you smoking cigarettes? Do you think athletes smoke cigarettes? It's like, you know what? That makes sense. And then he stopped smoking cigarettes.
He was there in Arkansas going fucking wild when I was there, bro. Smoking everybody. I went like 0-2 in the tournament. This kid's like straight to the finals, 11 wins in. I
Joel's
knew-
good
you
and
ever-
he's entertaining. We got to have him here.
You ever see a guy that you think you can beat, but you know right now you for sure can't beat him?
Yeah.
When I was 0-2, sitting there like rubbing my foot and they like stand all upset and he's lighting people up, I was like, yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. I already know. I'm not even getting on the side table with that guy.
Yeah.
James Clark says in arm wrestling, if you don't combat cheating with cheating, you're going to get cheated. So you should practice cheating too. It's inevitable. I've never heard it put so well, but I'll try it myself. No. Never Stop Polling says, no, Brandon, that's where you're confused. We aren't all cheaters like you. That is true. So most of you guys hang out in the B-side losers bracket and see me in the finals where all the cheaters are. I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's kind of true though.
Well, I mean, that's up for debate. This guy's probably never. Do we know who Never Stop Polling is?
No.
Is he a super supporter?
It's not as much so true that he's in the B side. It's just true that the cheaters are usually in the A side.
Yeah. I'm usually in the B side. Who am I kidding? First match. We got to get James Clark came down here. You weren't there, but he rolls with Eduardo Tiede. And this dude, I don't know how he didn't win the Arnold. I don't know how he didn't win everything he fucking enters because he ragdolled the whole practice. Ragdolled I mean, him and Carlos, in all fairness, were a cut above us that day. But yeah, I expect more. You should have absolutely won the Arnold by that performance you crushed us with at the practice. But we got to get James Clark down too. He's absolute beast, bro. Him and Daniel Price or someone like that would be super sick. It's these guys that you know not everybody knows of, but they're like right on the cusp of being that dude. Trent John said Brandon's never pulled a fair day in his life. Well, as a referee, I will respect your opinion on that. Never Stop Polling says, I love you, Brandon. I'm a new guy. Okay, well, by the time you arm wrestle as long as me, you'll be cheating on everything, including your wife. Joel says, if I'm tagged, then yeah, that sounds awesome. Joel, you got to get down here, dude. You are FAL material.
We have to set Joel up with someone for sure.
Bro, who's crazy enough to arm wrestle him, though? He's fucking insane. We got to get someone that's got enough energy, right? Otherwise, he's just going to shut him down. Who's a crazy enough guy he's 176, right?
Joel pulls 54 or 76.
Okay, we're bigger than that. Who?
Austin Jennings.
Yeah, hey, why does that kid feel like he's from Florida, right? We're recruiting this like our adopted Florida.
Yeah.
And it's nice. Each guy that comes down for a super match becomes an honorary Floridian.
Yep.
We gotta give
Austin,
him like a
John
really
Therian.
shitty tribal tat. And
Yeah,
Austin,
he's good.
yeah, Austin would be a great match with him. I don't know who would win that. They probably know.
I think Joel wins really easy right-handed, and it's close left. That's my
okay.
opinion.
Oh, someone just said it. David Rutherford. David Rutherford is fucking way crazy enough.
Yeah, but look what Joel responded. That's how I feel.
I can't feel David. No disrespect. Are you that strong, dude?
Dude, Joel's legit.
Is he? Okay. He looks legit, but I don't know the guys he was beating. You could be beating bums. You'd be beating good guys.
It's hard
He
to know.
looked legit. I just didn't know he's actually that strong. If you could just manhandle David, then we probably got to get you a real decent opponent.
Maybe Sowick, Bob Sowick.
Or just put him straight in the doghouse with Newman.
It's true. Well, Newman told me after his match with Austin, if any lightweights ask for a super match, tell them no.
Really?
That's what he told me.
Okay, well, he might be focusing on something else. He's a calculated guy.
Yeah.
They'll never count Newman out.
No, I agree.
He took that one
a
L,
monster.
and it was a rough L, but he's a beast. He'll come
Yeah,
back.
but he recovered it on the right. He looked like he didn't even feel anyone.
Yeah, no, he won the tournament. That's what you got to do.
Yep.
So, this Tallahassee event's coming up quick, man. This was kind of our FAL dice roll on seeing who in the South really cares.
Yep.
It's one of these things. It doesn't really matter if the event is super kick ass. It's awesome because we're going to bring in a ton of Southern guys, and if this isn't, it's just going to be a free points for the guys that care to travel. So I hope we see a lot of the people here. It's okay if we don't. We're going to come back after, the FAL schedule. We should talk about it a little. Mayhem and Middleburg. That is right after Tallahassee. So make sure you guys don't miss that. We're going to be promoting that super heavily. We got about 10 more days with till Tallahassee. And then from there, you guys' next stop's going to be in Jacksonville. Another little topic Josh sent, this is a great one too. The dude that never competes, but he's a mythical bad dude. We got a lot of these guys these days, huh?
Yeah. A lot of what I would describe as old heads, the guys that should be around that aren't legends.
So by your definition, I'm just curious, what's like the youngest year a guy considered an old head could be born in?
I think it's less about like how old you are and more like when you were relevant in the sport.
Okay. So you're an old head, right?
Yeah, I guess. And by that description.
How long you got in arm wrestling? 10 years?
I'm at like 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah. But someone like Evo, like that dude, that dude should compete. He should be pulling because when he was around,
listen, stop encouraging him to arm wrestle. I've been telling you guys this for like 8 years.
He was the man at 200 pounds.
Arm wrestling doesn't exist.
Yeah.
He's the type of guy that comes right back and is right there with Matt King. Like,
yeah.
First, second place. Tough to handle.
And nobody knows him. He could show up. Everyone would think he's a new guy.
Oh, you imagine. Yeah, just sleeper. He's another like Daniel Price type guy. Yeah. Daniel took it a little more serious. Joel Cagle says he's 163 to 165 right now. All right. Hey, unless we can pull Jeremy Pappy out the woodwork, we don't have shit for you at 54, I think, if you're that big. Newman could probably hang with him, but if he has 10, 15 pounds on Newman, that's not even really a decent match, a fair matchup. Joel versus Brandon, 180 weight cap. That could be doable. But, it would have to cut some weight for that, maybe 15 pounds. And I would hate to beat his ginger ass for no money. Come on, I'd beat him like my redheaded stepchild. That wouldn't even be fair. Beat him like Chance Shaw should have did Ryan Bowen.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Let's talk.
I was supposed to have a certain ref there. I don't know what happened. I can't remember.
Yeah, you know what? So many things in your career have been my fault. You've been mismanaged, and I'm sorry. Let's talk about is there the curse of Ryan Bowen now?
Why? What happened?
Well, he can't book a super match to save his life. And when he does, he loses it.
Yeah, that's true.
So the only thing that fucks me up with knowing Bowen's level is that he beat Bogdan.
Yeah, but is Bogdan really good?
I don't know. When you say anybody that has 6 vowels in their last name, I think they're great.
Yeah, he's Romanian though. They're like, I don't know.
Well, you act like any Romanian guy wouldn't come run through us out here, okay?
I'll handle any Romanian,
man,
I promise.
You don't even arm wrestle. I tried to set up a left-handed super match the other day with Derek, and both of y'all acted like I was doing voodoo. I will pull both of you left-handed, okay? It's okay.
That's because you're gracious in your losses, and neither of us are.
I am horrible in defeat. I go outside and key people's cars, okay? If you guys are ever wondering what happened, that was me. I'm very gracious in victory. In victory, I will come over and kiss your grandma on the forehead. In defeat, horrible. No, but until you arm wrestle again, you're retired, bro.
No, I'm coming back.
No, you can't be on the disabled list and then suddenly say, keep me in the rankings, dog.
Hey, it has only been a couple months.
Hey, I'm gonna
2 months. That's it.
2 months. We need a 60-day inactivity rule in the FAL. All right, so a couple people asked me, are you still the #1 ranked arm wrestler in Florida, or is Brad Grundy now? I didn't know how to answer this. I still
Yeah.
tell people
So
I'm the champ.
according to Brad, it's still me.
Well, I hate to tell you, but Brad don't make the rankings. You do. So go ahead and tell me, according to you, who it is.
Well, I asked Brad after he beat me at the qualifier if he wanted the spot, and he said, "No, I know better. You need to take some time to rest." And I said, "Okay."
Okay, and tell me on what he feels. He just caught a go on you, or he caught a bad version of you, and it's
No,
not-
he knows that my elbow was already kind of ripped up.
Oh, well, clarify. I think actually this will be a great moment. Clarify your injury and how it occurred. A lot of people don't know. They just hear you're hurt.
It was like round 2 or 3 against the V and Turkey. And I was here holding him off, and I tried coming around and pushing, and something ripped in the elbow here. So as I was transitioning.
Which start would you say this was, between the 11th and 12th start?
No, it was
From the
early
12th
on.
and
That's
13th.
why I started going just so fast, because I knew if the match stopped, my elbow would not hold up.
Yeah, I would like to see someone with a precision timer really analyze the audio and video footage on that.
Yeah, that match was.
I'm gonna look into that. See if there's a smart enough guy. I need someone to break down that footage frame by frame and see if he really was false starting.
It
I
looked
don't
good.
think I was, honestly.
I think he
good.
false started one of them for sure.
Yeah,
But the
but
rest,
all 12 of them.
no, unless, like I said, if the audio was not perfect, then it's whatever. Who knows? But according to the audio, they looked right. They looked right on.
Yeah,
Because the thing is you get a little bit of rocking with it, but your arm isn't moving. You know, I see Travis and Luke half move 6 feet before the go, hold, and just waiting to really engage the arm on the go, but they got all the momentum they need for the hit.
yeah.
So I think that's what you're doing a little, but you know how it is. If you didn't have a fucking beard this big and that the helmet wouldn't have fit on your head anyways. Are we kidding?
It's true. I got a big
That
head.
shit, it would have looked worse than on Jerry's head.
That was ridiculous.
It's like a little dunce cap on the top of his head. Shane Owen says, "Nah, Chance can't retire. We got to set something up."
Shane looked really good this weekend. I don't know if you saw, he pulled I should know this guy's name. South Carolina dude, he's been pulling forever. Come on.
Super heavy.
Paul Walter.
Oh, he beat Paul Walter?
No, he destroyed Paul Walter.
Wow.
It looked like he wasn't even there. He just stonewalled him and held him,
No,
blasted through him.
Shane, tell me, how much was he bitching afterwards? Because that guy he talks so much trash when he's losing. I seen Carl beat him one day and he was losing his shit. I like him. He's a good arm wrestler, but I know he had to be going off.
Yeah, Shane killed him. It was really impressive.
James Clark says, define a legit pro. There are legit pros that aren't on the national. Are there legit pros that aren't on the national rankings? He asks.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. So I would say the legit pros are anybody that could give a match to the top 20. That would be a good way to think of it. So it could represent 100 guys below the top 20, and all of those guys could mix it up with any of the top 20.
Yeah.
The problem with arm wrestling and classifying people by tiers is that there's 900 miles between each tier. It might look like me and Paul Talbot are really close in the rankings left-handed until you see us grip up. And then you're like, these guys are light years apart. How could they only be 10 people apart? And I mean, it's that simple. It's just there's levels to this shit, as they say. So I would say anybody that can mix it up with the other 20. Joel Cagle says climbing the national rankings and taking names should be the goal of a competitive pro in my mind. That's fair enough. The problem with arm wrestling right now is you got a whole bunch of new guys that are a year in, 2 years in, giving out diet advice, giving out workout advice. If I was a new guy, I would just be following the oldest, the best guy I could find. So I would be following Chance Shaw and his pattern, or Brad Grundy and his patterns right now if I was a new guy in Florida. I wouldn't personally plan to be an amateur arm wrestler forever. I gave a speech at the last tournament that everybody's goal is to become the best pro arm wrestler on earth, right?
Should be.
Yeah, so hanging around in the amateur class forever isn't beneficial. Stick there as long as you need, but we ultimately kind of pitched the semi-pro as a way to move people up and to get people to where they need to be. But people need that developmental thing too. Shane Owens said that he said, you realize there's no bitching, no chance, it's over. And he said, yeah, and left it all at that, no bitching. Okay. I can respect that. That was all good. Looks like I froze up on here. Oh wow, it's just gonna hold me like that the rest of this. That's great. That's
awesome.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. My whole screen's froze. Any other things you wanted to go over about SoCal? Any stuff coming up? I want to release an official schedule on how it's going to run. Jamie put out the schedule already, I think, in his story, kind of telling everybody. We could go over that other one maybe next week or something. But is there anything you thought of?
No, honestly, I'm really excited for the Tallahassee event. I really hope that the Southeast guys show up. I know a lot of them complain that the events are too far from them and Florida guys don't go up north and whatnot. So we're pretty close to the Southeast guys. I hope they support so we can keep going up there.
Yeah, spread the word. If you guys know anybody in the Southeast, come on out. This is your chance to crack some heads. We'll have our guys out there. Like I said, I would love to see the Chad Silvers and Greg Hiltons and Jerome Wilds, Mosier's, Touye, Herbie Walker, bunch of these guys I'd love to see out there. So
it'd be cool to see Shane Owens out there. I mean, he just killed Paul Walter. I wonder how he would fare with like Brad or Carl.
Well, I think the next time he comes out, he's headhunting for you, big dog.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
The verbiage I was reading.
Yeah. He messaged me about it not too long ago, but
Shane,
things just have to line up.
Yeah, tell me in the chat right now if he's ducking you. I'll handle that. I got your back. If he's ducking you, you just let me know. I'll put you on the list, on the queue list for him. We got Derek Smith. There's quite a few.
Whoa. Derek is obviously ducking me. Come on now.
He was listen, when I brought it up, he suddenly turned super pale, a lot more pale than he was. And ghost white when I was talking about a left-handed match. He started backpedaling. Whoa, I got some security to go do. He suddenly had to get to the strip club. You should have. Were you watching it?
No, I didn't
watch it. You got to watch it, man. We were booking you a match. I bluffed him for you out of it, so you got the win. You want to know against Derek through the forfeiture. There should be no amateur rankings, Shane Owens says. That's crazy, in my opinion. Once you win an amateur tournament, move to pro. I don't know that there is an amateur ranking.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that exists. I'm pretty sure you just made that shit up. But I think what he's talking about is the AERS arms. They like track the amateurs, like how their rating is. But that's inevitable because it tracks everything. It tracks the masters. Carl's on his kill list as well. Jesus, y'all are hyper violent out there. Chance gets a pass. I want to beat him when he's healthy, so there's no excuse when I win. Well, he used to train with Daniel Worley. If you ever beat him, he will not be healthy. I promise.
No, that's
Daniel
not true.
Has never taken a loss and was healthy afterwards in his whole life.
I was healthy when John beat me.
John who? Brezink?
Yeah.
Jesus, whoa, yeah, come on, save some for the rest of us. Everybody was healthy when John beat him. You told me to break
my arm. I wasn't going to be healthy for long.
Well, if you would have broke it, it would basically be like John Brezink signed your humerus permanently.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Every X-ray you go through, it's like John Brezink. He carved into your bone. John was here. A little heart with JB next to it. Yeah, no, that was still a war, dude. I've been to a lot of super matches in my life, and I never been to one that it felt like we were about to just straight up jump the competition. And of course we couldn't because it was John Brezink, but There was some energy, dude. I've never felt electric. I've been in a lot of super matches, and none of them were as electric as that one.
Yeah.
That one
Me
was
too.
crazy. There were so many flashing lights and people with their flash on their video and shit, and just every cameras. I remember getting on the plane with Artem, just like, yo, is this fucking? Are we going to watch Chance Shaw's little ass pull John Brzenk?
Yeah.
And then Chance is like 325. He's a wall, looks like the Berlin Wall, a
I
monster.
showed up as big as I could for that.
Bro, I've never seen that. You say you've been bigger. I don't remember it. That was the craziest version. I stood behind you. I swear to you, your Hawaiian shirt looked like a shower curtain.
Oh damn!
Oh, we lost Brandon.
Yeah, we did.
It's okay. Hopefully his internet pops back up. John, are you ready for your match with Caleb?
Oh, I'm so ready for Caleb.
I've seen you doing some cardio. Do you think that's going to come into play?
No, I'm basically just trying to do something. I'm not trying to train too much and wear my elbows out because I've been dealing with some elbow pain since the last tournament. So I'm just trying to do something to keep me busy, so I'm not picking up heavy weights and fatiguing myself in that way. And I'm out of shape when it comes to that. I might look like I'm in shape, but I'm not. But no,
Yeah.
I don't do that at all. I think he's in trouble.
I personally, I thought it was a good matchup a couple months ago, but after your recent performance, I don't think it's a good matchup anymore. I think it's going to be really easy, and then you're going to look to win the 76 class after.
Yeah, the problem I have is George Whitfield.
Is he going to pull the class after too?
Yeah, if he can, yeah. I mean, if he's feeling up to it, but man, he's so strong right now. Oh my goodness. I mean, he's like, if I'm here, he's just always there. He has that big hand, and I don't know, he's good. He's really good. But I don't know. I think if I can keep him under me, which I plan to do, then I think I got him pretty much no problem. Especially, yeah. And then right hand, my right hand's coming back. It was injured for, I mean, like 3 months. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't curl 20 pounds. I had so much tendonitis going on and stuff. It couldn't straighten my arm out. I was like, I don't know what's wrong with it. But the last two tournaments, the first one I entered, I was just kind of like hoping that it would hold together, nothing would tear apart. It did. And then the last tournament, it did pretty well. I mean, I burned out pretty quick. I still don't have the endurance. And it like I do my left, and the with my left and right are way different. But it's still, I mean, it's pretty good. So I think I can win both hands, yes. And it'll be a good showing for me, I think, and a good start for me to go out and get good matches and hopefully stay uninjured.
Yeah, we got to set that match back up that we were talking about without spoiling anything.
I want it. I just want to, with respect to the person, is I want to
timeline
hit top. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe we should have it in Florida. What do you think?
Oh, that would be absolutely great.
If he's up to it, I think it's a killer match for you because you got to get your name out there.
Yeah, if you think that I'm there, then I'm in.
I do think that it's a good challenge. I think he's the favorite, but I don't think it's a mismatch.
Right-handed?
A match that I want John to pull that he hasn't.
I'm sorry. Who is this match with?
It's a secret.
It's a secret. That's the guy's name?
Yep, that's his name.
Okay.
Check him on Facebook.
All right. He sounds Asian.
Yeah.
I ain't pulling any Asians. No.
What's wrong with Asians, John?
Come on,
over there in Korea or whatever. I ain't pulling them guys.
Hey, the only guys he knows that are Asian are you and the guy that fucked Brad Grundy up.
Yeah.
I'm scared of this one.
No, fuck that.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you a funny story. I once got into an argument over a cell phone a guy had that wasn't his, and I grabbed him by his shirt, and he was like a Japanese guy, and I told him, you got 3 seconds to give me the phone, and he looked at me and said, "Are you threatening me?" I swear to God, scared the piss out of me. I had never been in that moment. I questioned everything inside of me, and he was like 120 pounds, but because the confidence, he was like, "Are you threatening me?" I was like, "Oh shit, I'm about to get Jackie Chan here." So yeah, watch out, dude. There's they got some secrets. Who actually injured Brad Grundy? Could you
So some Korean guy. It's the Korean champ. So Brad told me basically what happened is he got a little overconfident and went into this guy's hook, and this guy just ripped his elbow like straight through it.
Yeah, who would have thought that there's people so strong? I mean, you just don't think like these small countries got someone that could beat. You don't hear about Korea at Worlds or Zlati, but
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you knew, but Brad was the reigning Korean champion because he lived there when he was in the military, and he won the Korean championships and beat their top guy. So this was him going back to defend his title.
so he's like Hulk Hogan in Korea, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
How much more interesting does his life get?
Brad is a super interesting dude.
What, bro? I'm telling you, the day I seen him with his shirt on backwards and barefoot running around all crazy, his hair was up like this. He was
Talking
talking
about
to me
the
about
distance of the pads.
it, bro. I seriously thought the next time I see him, he's going to be on the news, like running down the street naked. And then I see him and he's like talking normal. He's just a wild guy.
Yeah.
When you get to see how crazy he is, you actually love him even more because you realize like this is just a unique human.
Yeah. He's a cool dude. You should go to a practice at his place.
I heard his house is balling.
Got to see for yourself.
Okay, well, it ain't like the Morris estate. Let's put it that way. Yeah, Brad was on a tear. That's for damn sure. Cody Partridge is in the chat. What's up, big dog? Yeah, so let's go over a couple dates real quick. We'll wrap it up. We've got May 6th, Tallahassee, Florida at the Fire Betty's Bar and Arcade. This is Chance Shaw's favorite hangout. North Florida, Panhandle. We're hoping to see some of the Panhandle Polars. I know they have a team out there that nobody even knows of. It's a secret team that probably competes in the Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana area. Hopefully a lot of our guys can make it. And then May 13th, we have SoCal Classic, big event. It's a FAL production, but it's under our broader nationwide league, the United States Arm Wrestling League. So go on over, look at that from Facebook. If you guys could give both those pages a like, you can keep up with everything that we're doing, either here on the Florida Arm Wrestling League YouTube page or the Florida Arm Wrestling Facebook page. We also have an Instagram, putting posts up, socials once a day, trying to get everybody engaged as we can on here. Feel free to drop a comment down in the chat on what you'd like our next topic to be on, somebody that we should give a little shine to, maybe your buddy that just started bicep curling 35s but doesn't cheat yet. Somebody, give them a shout out. Is there anything you wanted to add in here, Chance, before?
No, I don't think so. Just super excited to get up to Tallahassee. Hopefully see some new faces. Hopefully it gets some support. And yeah, right after that, I mean, we're busy. The next weekend we got California, so some back-to-back fun weekends.
Yes, we got a bunch of cool stuff, man. And depending how California goes, this may be part of we're hoping. We've got a lot of talks about doing a 5-part series outside of Florida. I would love to be able to bring an FAL hit crew to all of these. So right now we're kind of proving the formula, and it might have a little tweaking, but we're pretty much applying everything we did to make the Florida Arm Wrestling League such a success. And we're trying to expand with that. So look forward to seeing a lot of your guys that you see at these local FAL events, like John Zilla. You will see him in California. You're going to see guys like George and Dylan Cobb. Chance Shaw's making a left-handed appearance versus a really rusty Derek Smith.
Are you going to make that happen?
I mean, it's already happened. He's listen. If all you got to say is book it, and I will cut that clip right now and challenge Derek with it. So
it'd be amazing.
It would be amazing. Anybody in the chat want to see a Derek Smith, Chance Shaw left-handed super match in California?
Me versus Derek left would look as lopsided as me versus Derek right. So I just don't think it's a good match.
Interesting. Read into that what you may. How do you feel? You don't think is Derek known for his left?
Derek's left is definitely better than mine.
But you don't really know how good your left is.
Yeah, that's true. But I think Derek beat he beat Abo, but you probably don't know who Abo is.
Well, I'm gonna just say that getting your ass whooped never stopped me from taking a match.
It's true.
So shouldn't stop you. No, I would love to see it. If it's not worth watching, it's not. Joseph Papraziki, don't you dare join this chat this late. You better message me an apology, you and your brother. May 6th, May 13th, it's going down. Give some support. And after that, we're going to go invade Jacksonville. Chuck Westbury has got his annual round robin event. This is the one-off that's in the FAL. Everything we do is double elimination. And this is the one round robin. Round robin is where if there's 10 guys, everybody faces everybody. You will face your 9 opponents. You'll have 9 matches and the best record wins. So super interesting setup. We want to give him a little promotion. And as this draws closer, pretty much all of next month's going to be about promoting him. But for now, it is Tallahassee. Don't be scared. Gas the car up. Come up there. The competition may not be as bad as you would think. And, you know, the guys that do come, you're going to get a shit ton of points for. You know, you're going to be avoiding a lot of the guys that are sleeping. So we hope to see everybody out there. Make sure you tune in to Chance Shaw. He has his own channel. We've been streaming the Florida Armwrestling League events off there. His channel is monetized. Ours is not. So go ahead and like, share, subscribe to our channel so we can hopefully get to that 1,000 subscribers as well. Until next time, we'll be on here next Monday at 9 o'clock and get you an FAL tat at Eclipse Tattoos. Kill your cockroaches at do-it-yourself pest control. Shout out to our sponsors. All right, man. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, take it easy, guys.
Chance, you're a rare creature we've seen in here today. It was a blessing.